Four Downs with Rich.
Here we go.
First down.
Okay, everybody, hit me with some NFL Films music if you don't mind, Freeman, please. Okay, so just gets me in the mood. Certainly when we're talking about the de facto home team of NFL Films, the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm all here for Jalen Hurts starting. Big fan of the kid. And we don't know what the steaks, his steaks, the Wentz steaks, the cheese steaks, all of them. I am whizzed Jalen right now, and because every single one of his three remaining starts could not be more fascinating, starting with his game this very week for the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so it's the guy who was his predecessor in Oklahoma, taking on the guy who followed in Oklahoma. Arizona just gained the 7th seed at 7-6 with a ton of momentum. Here comes Jalen Hurts, 0 sacks. He's moving around. He's making plays. He's coming into Arizona. Hurts versus Kyler Murray. Come on now. Here we go. And then next up for Philadelphia, OMG, it's the Dallas Cowboys in AT&T Stadium, the rivalry of Philadelphia and Dallas. It's Jalen Hurts in AT&T Stadium where he got his first career start as an Alabama Crimson Tide in that stadium, boat racing USC back in the day, 52-6. His last win as an Oklahoma Sooner was in that building in the Big 12 championship game against Baylor. He likes the building. He knows how to win in that building. It is a big NFC East stage. And guess what? If they win both of those games, that last game against the Washington football team in Philadelphia could very well be for the division. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because Washington's got a very difficult game, certainly if it's going to be Dwayne Haskins moving forward. They have to play Seattle and Carolina at home before that Philadelphia Eagles game. Philadelphia wins out. They have a shot to win the division. And I'll get on that in a little bit more here. But every Jalen Hurts start could not be more fascinating. That's first down. Let's get to second down here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Second down.
All right, Chris, we asked about it yesterday, right? When we were like, did the Jets really have to lose out to get every last single one of these games?
Yeah, if, say, they beat the Patriots in Week 17, does Jacksonville jump ahead of them?
I asked the NFL, one of the scheduling, if you will, playoff scenario gurus, Mike North, this very question last night. I'll read you what he wrote me back.
Fantastic. I'm on
It's a little bit dense, but this is it. If the Jets and Jacksonville finish with the same record, then strength of schedule will determine the number one pick. Whichever 1-15 team had the easier schedule is theoretically the worst team, and they'd get the first pick.
Whoa, okay.
So right now, you're taking a look at the standings right now, and Jacksonville's strength of schedule is 536. The Jets is 592.
Oh.
Jacksonville's strength of schedule is far easier, and thus they would be in the pole position over the Jets. He wrote then, at first glance, I think the Jacksonville has the easier schedule so far, but not sure they've clinched that for the season yet over the Jets. We'd have to look at every team Jacksonville and the Jets have played and see how many wins they have and how many more wins they could still acquire. Theoretically, if every team that Jacksonville has played wins out, probably not possible, and every team that the Jets has played loses out, somebody, again, he pointed out somebody's got to win Miami, New England, and New England, Buffalo.
Right.
Jacksonville's schedule might finish as a tougher slate than the Jets, but it sure doesn't look that way right now.
Oh, my God.
Keep losing, Jets. Keep losing. Because if Jacksonville catches the Jets, they're going to get Trevor Lawrence unless some sort of statistical anomaly rears its ugly head like Greg Williams blitzing 8. Third down.
Third down.
Miami, people. Miami lost to Kansas City, but they still won. How did they lose but still win? Because Bill O'Brien made that trade with them for Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills, who, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, is back in Miami. So, put it all together, and they flipped Laramie Tunsil to Houston and Stills for a cup of coffee there. And now Houston has been eliminated from the playoff possibility. They are been eliminated. So we'll see how they finish up for the next 3 games. But right now, Miami is on the clock thanks to Bill O'Brien 8th overall. 8th overall. And Houston finishing its season, again, wondering how much they're going to keep on crushing it. They're at Indianapolis next, Cincinnati, and then Tennessee. They could lose 2 more times. Miami could wind up with a top 5 pick, top 6 pick, and still make the playoffs with Tua, still get his beak wet considerably, and make the playoffs. Be in the playoffs, start your franchise quarterback, get his feet wet, maybe win a playoff game, and still pick 6th overall with another of your own first-round draft choices in the back pocket that currently is 21. How about that, right?
Unreal. That would be just
all right,
ridiculous.
Fourth down.
Down.
Now, thanks to our friend Tom Person at Cedar Spills, I don't have to get up.
I don't have to tap dance.
You don't have to tap dance because the new hot take plank is small enough for me to just place next to the desk. So at any rate,
still needs a mask.
It does. It's okay. We've both been tested. So a hot take plank is clutched. I just mapped it out for you about how fascinating these starts are for the Philadelphia Eagles with Jalen Hurts. The Philadelphia Eagles right now are 4-8-1. Right in front of them are the Giants at 5-8. Behind them is Dallas at 4-9. That one tie, we talked about it with Florio earlier in the week, can actually really help them when it all comes down to it. Just a half game behind the Giants, and then a game and a half behind Washington, who they play at the end of the season. And I'll tell you this, if Washington comes into that game at 7-8 or 6-8, 6-9, the Philadelphia Eagles have a chance to win this one. And Washington's got a game against Seattle and against Carolina. If Philadelphia wins out, they can win this division. And that's my fourth down hot take. The Eagles are far from done.
Oh, man.
Eagles are far from done. Washington could stumble, and if Philadelphia wins out, which is entirely possible, they're going to win the division anyway. And Jalen Hurts is going to start a playoff game. Maybe against Seattle. You think about that? Jalen Hurts versus Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So his next 4 starts could be fascinating. All of it. Do not sleep on the Philadelphia Eagles right now, people. They can win it. They can win it. They don't have much margin for error. But Jalen Hurts, number 2 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.